What is going on, YouTube? So today we are working on the rescue Tercel, the old gray Toyota. Ain't worked on this one in a while, I think since probably the engine swap video with Luke, aka Bearded Wrencher. So if you notice from the cover photo, we are doing a cam swap to this thing. I've only actually done a cam one time in my square body, and I've definitely never seen or done a cam in a 4-cylinder, so this will be exciting. So this is a Schneider's Regrind cam. Actually, you send them your stock cam and they regrind the cam to your specifications, and this is the cam I got, the 260F. They have like a 250, 260, and a 270, I think it is. This would be the mid-range RPM, the 1500 to 5500 RPM range, so that's where your power gain is going to be. I wanted to kind of get like a happy medium between off-roading and street, because this car currently is usually on the street 90% of the time, but it will see some off-roading later on down the road, or even currently, and most of the time you're running around 1500 RPM or more in the trail, especially in first gear. So I wanted to go with the mid-grade cam to try to get as much power as I can, but without sacrificing lower end torque. Also got their dual valve springs, because I have heard people that have done these cams tried to run stock springs and they break. So I went ahead and got those. They sent some lube, whatever, I got assembly lube I can use. Yeah, so that's my spec sheet. So yeah, that's just the stock cam that they regrind. I don't really know how they do it, but I'll put a link in the description exactly where to get it and what cam specifically I got. And there's a form you have to print out and fill out specifically what you want. You ship them your cam. It cost me, I think, $280. That was the bill to get the cam sent back and pay for the labor. Plus I paid to ship it, which wasn't much. I shipped it through work. So I probably have like $300 tied up in this cam. It's kind of a lot of money, especially since it's not a brand new cam. It's just your used cam. But whatever. I have a million of these laying around, so I just sent one in because the 3A and a 4A share the same cam, so I didn't have to tear my car apart. But now we're going to tear it apart and put it in. So yeah, you're going to be here for the whole thing. I don't think there's a video out there on doing this cam or one of these cams to these cars. Really curious to see if it sounds different. It'd be pretty hilarious if the car is a chop. It'd be pretty funny, but I doubt it. So yeah, let's go ahead and start ripping this thing apart. It's not a lot of work. I think the most labor-intensive thing is going to be doing the valve springs, because the way I do it is I pull all the plugs out, charge the cylinder over there so the valves don't drop in. So, and I got just a tool that does one at a time. So, but whatever. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get this thing ripped apart and start doing a cam swap. I'm really excited to do this. Bearded Wrencher also has, I think, this exact cam that he has not put in his car yet. So he's super excited to see this as well. So let's get to it. Approved. Look at all that light. Man. Alright, so now I'm going to rotate the engine over just to make sure I get the timing marks right on, because then when I put the cam and everything in, I know exactly where I want to position it and have everything adjusted and blah blah blah. Which I got lucky and it was almost exactly where I needed it. So where it needs to be. So now we'll loosen the timing, or tensioner, timing tensioner pulley, whatever you want to call it. Pull it back to loosen the belt all the way. AC lines are in the way. There we go, that's loose. Hose is undone here. That one's really on there. Alrighty. There we go. Get that out of our face. Slide our belt off. Just 'cause. Harness, we'll just go ahead and unplug these sensors so it's not in the way. There we go. So you shouldn't be stuck on there. This engine ain't been in there very long. Come on. Yeah, stockness. There we go. Alright. That cam looks identical to the new one, doesn't it? Wow, wonder why. Alright, so now we got to remove the rockers, which the valve cover studs got to come out because they obviously help hold it. Then there's 2 more bolts right here. So 5 in total. Those look like 12s. Let's see if those are 12s. Those are not 12s. They must be 10s. Shows you how good I am at looking at things and knowing what they are. We'll go ahead and get the deep wall 10 now. Some studs. Nice. Alright. Go ahead and take them loose. Which I'll refer to the factory service manual for the torque spec on these. So we get them right. I don't want to get these incorrect. Which I'll show that. So you guys can pause the video in reference to that. Yeah, if I was smart, I'd just use my electric ratchet that I have. But nah, we'll do it the hard way, why not? More fun anyway. Pulling a cam out of these is a relatively simple task, it really is. So this should just, oh, I lied. 1, 2, 3 more bolts. It's been a while since I've torn this stuff apart, so bear with me. I didn't need those anyway, that's perfectly fine. Now this should come up that way. There we go. Pop the cam caps off. Aww. Oh, those are 12s. See what they did there. These are not very tight, so apparently the torque spec is incredibly low on these, but I'll make sure I get these in the exact location they were, and they also have arrows on them, so make sure you position those correctly. I'm trying to get as much power as I possibly can out of one of these cars without converting it to a fuel injection engine, which I could even convert this to fuel injection too, but I kind of just like that these cars are super simple as they are. It'd be cool to do like a 4 AGE swap or something crazy like that, but I don't know, I love these cars just being simple. And this engine, the wavy head 4A, is my best option for maximum power, still being carb rated. So that's why we're doing a cam. Try to get a little bit more power out of it. Not that I'm not happy with the performance of this engine over the 3A, but you can always use a little more power. So, I think anybody watching this can agree with me on that. These do not have bearings, these cams. This one's going to be stubborn. It's yeah, see, these have no bearings on them. They're just the caps, which mine are in really good shape because they were just redone. Basically, this whole cylinder head was gone through, so that's why I'm not too concerned about really any of this. Cam seal, I guess we'll just do a new one. Not that that one's not new, but we'll go ahead and just do it again. Why not? Oh, look at that. The fuel pump's not on the lobe either. Nice. So this should come out easily. Or so I hope. Look at the fuel pump. That's cool. Can't see it in the video. Barely. Old stocky. Where do I put the stocky? Cool. And just like that, the cam's out. Now all we gotta do is pull all the spark plugs. We'll get my compression gauge hose, stick it in at each one, and we'll just gotta do 2 at a time, 2 at a time, 2 at a time, 2 at a time. Thankfully there's only 8. Alrighty, don't mind the compressor noise. We need the air for doing these springs. We'll go ahead and pull our spark plugs. Well, I think I'll do just 1 at a time, because that's just what I feel like doing. Now we'll take my compression gauge hose with the valve core tool, or the valve core removed. Right her on in. Snug. Alright. Now I just need to get a magnet. Alright, so we got our cheap Amazon valve spring compressing tool, our magnet to grab the keepers. Go ahead and start yanking these out. Alright, sorry I can't get the best angles. I'm literally working with my phone on a tripod by myself. Sounds like we got a pretty good seal. I gotta fight that little spring there, the inner spring. There we go. One valve string done. So I'm just gonna go ahead and whack the rest of them out on like a time lapse or something. Ain't no sense in you watching me do one at a time for 5 minutes. So yeah, we'll just keep rolling. And just like that, didn't even struggle with those at all. Struggled a lot actually, they're so tiny. Yeah, new springs are in, old springs are out, and the new springs are actually taller. I think I showed that. If not, they're taller. So now I gotta go ahead and tighten the distributor gear, get that Loctited and torqued, and get this swapped over for the belt, and throw a seal on that obviously, and we're in the home stretch now. Oh, hopefully we get to hear it run today. That'd be mint. Alrighty, so now we're gonna go ahead and torque this distributor drive gear, which goes here obviously. We gotta torque that bolt, so I'm gonna put some blue Loctite on it and go ahead and get that torqued real quick. Jesus, that's a lot. That'll be fine. Brand new 3/8 torque wrench. Ain't even used it yet. Oh, crescent wrench just fits. Here, we'll go closer to me so it's a little easier. Alrighty, so I need to get this distributor out of my way because, well, it's in my way. Because we're going to have to redo the timing anyways. So we'll go ahead and pop that out of the way and then we'll drop the cam in. Out of the way. I already went ahead and got our drive gear on there and torqued. Got a new seal. The camera will focus, which it probably won't. There you go. The cam has the numbers and everything on it, so that's pretty slick. So I'm gonna go ahead and soak her in some assembly oil. I mean, they gave me stuff to put on it, but this stuff's probably better. This is what I used on my truck. Getting excited again? Ooh. Alright, we do not care. Yeah, let me move Mr. Fuel Pump up out of the way. Drop the old cam in there. Push our seal in place. There we go. Now my hands are disgusting. Dropping tools, of course. So now we got to go ahead and put these caps on. I'm gonna have to just replace my gloves. This is terrible. Yeah. All right. So here's the book we're looking at. So these are the caps we got to torque on. And there's your spec. Make sure you get your arrow pointed towards the front. So we'll go ahead and get that in place. Then we'll get those on. Yeah. torque wrench even goes that low. 9 foot-pounds. That is incredibly low. Alright, so we need 9 foot-pounds. That's what this says. Otherwise I can use my even smaller torque wrench. Check them all again. There we go. We got ourselves a lump stick. I'm just going to slap this on since we're here. Why not? Yeah, we'll put some Loctite on that too. Why not? I don't really know the torque spec on these. The book might say, but I'm going to stick with the tried and true. I've never torqued them before, so we'll just go with what I know. Because that makes sense. There we go. I'm going to call that good. There we go. Now I'm curious if my timing mark is still correct on the crank, which it is, so we can actually turn this where it's supposed to go, which we'll probably need a ratchet for. There. And then we can drop our distributor in and have the timing. I always get this wrong, and we've learned it's not the indentation on the gear, it's the pin that you gotta line up. So that should be timed.
Boy, was I horribly wrong.
Be blown away if I get that timing right.
Nope.
This bearded wrencher can agree with me. We literally never get the timing right. Alright, so now that that's in, we got our rockers, which the right thing to probably do would be readjust all these. So I'm probably going to have to do that. Install the rocker arm assembly on the cylinder head. Install and gradually tighten the rocker support bolts in 3 phases and in the sequence shown. Okay. What about the little ones? It doesn't show. So I guess those are just snug. So you need to do 18 foot-pounds. There should be 18 foot-pounds. Those were hands, if I'm correct. Yeah. Alright, so now we'll torque those. Let's start with the first one. 3. 4. 5. Over again. I'm just snugging them other ones because it doesn't say a torque spec for those. So there we go. I'll check my lash to see if it's good before I waste my time adjusting them all. So your lash should be intake, let's see, cold intake is 0.18 millimeter and exhaust is 0.28. So we'll go ahead and just check a couple and make sure we're where we need to be. Alrighty, so I went ahead and rotated the engine over a full rotation, and these are extremely loose now, which is very odd to me, but okay. So I guess now we got to redo all the valves. So we got to start with the intake ones. So this is intakes, this is 0.18. Yeah, these things are way out. I don't even know. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this real quick. Alright, so we got our valves all adjusted. So I think that's pretty much it. We're ready to just start slapping this thing back together and see if she runs. As far as I know, the timing's good. We got the belt tight. So we're just going to go ahead and slam this thing back together and hopefully she runs good. Can't wait to hear it. Alrighty, big moment. We got our timing light hooked up. I got the vacuum advance capped off. Distributor's loose. I think everything's tight. We're going to find out real quick. See if this thing will run. Oh boy. Sounds like that timing's wrong every time. Never fails. Right, bearded rancher? Oh, well, let's see what we got screwed up. Take 2. Be the belt. Great. Oh, take 3. Feed into it. chops better than my truck. What the hell?
Pretty freaking sweet.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely insane. Give me this tripod. We're going to the back. Gotta give it a Revski. This is literally the most ridiculous thing ever. Now we gotta test drive it. Well, does it run as good as it sounds is the question. The thing is obnoxious. And the whole engine's just a rockin'. Good Lord. You don't have to. I hope it runs good. Might have to do more timing now. I have no idea. It still seems to run fine.
Yes, it does.
Can't say it's got more power to it. I don't even care that it runs exactly the same. The idle is worth the $300 investment. Well, how does my smallest car chop better than the biggest vehicle? I don't get it. See how it does going up that hill.
Yeah.
I mean, this is completely untuned though, too. Oh no. How good to turn it. I think we hit this hill, what, 65 before?
Yeah.
I have a feeling we're gonna run up on these guys.
Looks like.
Yeah. Oh well. This is ridiculous. Oh, you know how I said at the beginning of the video it would be funny if it chopped, but I doubt it. This is ridiculous. I mean, I think it's cool. I'm actually excited that it chops. I wasn't expecting it to chop at all. This is freaking hilarious. People are gonna be like, what in the hell is going on with that car? Why? Oh. Well, I would call the cam a success. I mean, I do notice a power gain at like 3,000 plus. It definitely has more mid and high RPM power. Low RPM, I would say it's about the same. Probably at like 1,500 or less RPM, I would say there's a slight torque loss, in my opinion, but I also don't really know. I mean, it feels like it just lost a tiny bit at real low RPM, which, I mean, the cam is rated for 1,500. But this is also completely untuned. I mean, I didn't even adjust the mixture screw. I mean, it's literally just threw the cam in it and started it. So actually tomorrow I am taking this to my brother's shop. He's going to put a wideband in it, and we're going to see if it's running appropriately or if it needs rejetted or anything like that. So yeah, we'll find that out. I probably won't put that in the video because I don't want to bother him while he's working. So yeah, I'll post other things on Instagram and stuff about it. If it needed tuned or anything, I'll let everybody know. But otherwise, I guess that's it for the cam video. I don't know, comment down below. Do you like the tractor sound? I mean, I like potatoes, so I mean, I'm cool with it. Let me know if you're cool with it. Comment down below. Like I said, I'll put a link in the description for everything that I got. Have any questions you can ask. This is the first time doing this. I think it's awesome. It's hilarious. The idle alone makes it worth it to me. I love a choppy idle. This is great. My Trailblazer's got a cam, and my K10 has a cam. So now everything except for the 93 Blazer chops. Well, I guess the red Toyota don't, but who knows? Maybe I'll do the same bit too. So yeah, I guess appreciate you watching. Catch you in the next video. I don't know exactly what that's going to be. I know we're planning on going to the dunes soon here in July for a Toyota takeover, so probably be up there in the red Toyota. That'll be fun. Gonna be hanging out with Bearded Wrencher again. So I guess until the next video, peace.
Seth's gonna need a yank.
He got stuck on that rod.